Hey guys, welcome to Major Scale Essentials number 3. We'll have a quick overview of what we've done in the first 2 parts of this playlist, and then we're going to push it on today, adding quadrads in the key of C, and we're going to use arpeggios to really map out how those chords have been built. And we'll start to get a deeper understanding of what's going on the board here, and I'll show you how you can use this new harmonized scale in the key of C for improvisation, songwriting, building melodies, everything involved with the major scale basically. And as you know, I say everything comes back to this, so I think this is a good one today where we can always bring our thinking back to this particular sequence and the way that we're going to extract the notes from the chords to build arpeggios. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to play through the chords in the key of C today. C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G dominant 7. I'm going to come down for my A minor 7, a B minor 7 flat 5, and back to chord 1, a beautiful C major 7, okay? Okay, cool. I'm choosing to come up the neck with them today like this as opposed to playing the open chords, because I want to be able to spell out these arpeggios for you, and I think it's the best way to do it is up and down the neck like this. I'll give you an example of the arpeggio with the chord, a C major 7, C major 7 arpeggio, chord 2, D minor 7, accompanied by the D minor 7 arpeggio. Chord 3 is going to be the same, on an E, E minor 7 with the E minor 7 arpeggio. Add that semitone there to the F major 7 with the same major 7 arpeggio we used for chord 1. Dominant 7 for chord 5, using a dominant 7 arpeggio there. And I'm going to come down for my A minor 7 with an A minor 7 arpeggio. And we're going to finish on chord 7, our minor 7 flat 5 or half diminished, accompanied by the minor 7 flat 5 or half diminished arpeggio. Okay, cool. Now the idea of these arpeggios with these chords is if you're playing lead with these particular chords in a sequence, they're just going to match up perfectly. Melody, improvisation, sometimes using an arpeggio to get you out of a tight spot when there's a new kind of accidental chord in the sequence that you're not so aware of. It doesn't maybe fit the melody or mode or scale you're using, so you can quickly jump to that arpeggio just to frame that chord and then go back into your key. I'll explain that a little deeper later on. Okay, cool. Let's run through what we've got here physically on the board. Then we're going to talk about the theory of it all, because I think that's what I want to do mainly today. I think this is the one today where we really start to connect some dots, and I want lots of those kind of eureka and oh yeah moments. That's my favourite thing to hear from students of mine. Oh yeah. Everything connects up nicely, okay? So with this C major 7, I'm playing fret 3, first finger on my A string on a C, fret 3 there, first finger. Third finger is going to jump to fret 5 on my D string, string 4. Second finger there on fret 4 on the G string, and my fourth finger on the E on my B string, fret 5 there. Creating this major 7 shape. If you think back to the video we did on bar chords, that's just an A major 7 chord taken up with a C on the root there, okay? Everything's on the root of the A string today. So chord 1, C major 7, let's move it up a tone. Stick true to our tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone formula to build our major scale. And we're going to play our D minor 7 chord. That's me barring fret 5 with my first finger. I'm using my third finger on fret 7, string 4 there on my D string, leaving the next string open with the bar. Second finger there is taking fret 6, and top strings being barred there. But we're really focusing on the 4 middle strings today. Minor 7, D minor 7, take it up a tone. Gives us our E minor 7. Let's go up a semitone. We're going to return to our major 7 shape that we used for chord 1, up on frets 8, 10, 9 and 10, F major 7. Let's keep going, let's go up another tone. This is to our dominant 7 chord. I'm going to bar fret 10. Again, only really focusing on those 4 middle strings. Finger 3 and 4, best fit for me there, on frets 12 on strings 4 and 2 for a dominant 7 chord. Okay. Now I'm going to come down an octave because I'm playing the acoustic guitar for my minor 7 in A. However, you could come up to fret 12, bar in fret 12 with an A minor 7 shape there. Okay, I'm going to come down an octave for my A minor 7 here. So that's first finger, string 2, fret 1, and second finger, string 4. 4, fret 2, A minor 7. This is the one that may be fairly new for you guys, so it's chord 7. We spoke about this being our diminished chord as a triad. When we start to add a quadrad, so adding in that 4th note, we're going to add in a diminished 7. So we have a minor 7 note with this chord as well now. Now, in simple terms, we could teach this chord as a bit of a zigzag. I'm starting with finger 1, fret 2 on my B there on string A, string 5. Second finger's going to skip a string, same fret on string 3, 3 and 4 either side there like that. A half diminished chord or a minor 7 flat 5 builds that tension to release back to chord 1 there. Okay, so we've discussed the chords, we've discussed how that lovely harmonised scale works up and down the neck in the key of C there. Hopefully that's not too tricky for you to try. Give that a bit of a practice up and down like that. Remember, we're going to number these chords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore, we can template it and move it to any key we wish. Okay? Okay, cool. So let's talk about the build-up of these chords. We're going to talk formula. Before, we were using 1 and a major third or a minor third from our major scale to create this lovely harmonised scale in G that we did. Today, we're making sure we've got the 5th in there as well, and also our 7 relative to that chord. So chord 1. C major 7, let's just take that apart a second. All I need, first of all, let's identify the notes we've got in there. I'm using my C and G here, which is my 1 and 5. Create a 5th chord there. My major 7's here on the G string, and my major third is in the 2nd octave there. Okay, that's important to mention. So in the 2nd octave I have that major third in there. So let's just go through that. That's 1, 3, 5, 7. So the formula there, 1, 3, 5, 7, to build the arpeggio, to really see the inner workings of that chord, they're the notes we need from our major scale. I'm using my major scale, starting from the fret 3 there on the C. Same fingering, same template we've used in the past. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Just one octave today is all we're going to look at. I'm going to extract my 1, my major third, my 5th, my 7. I'm going to finish on my 8 to resolve and back. Okay, so that was 1, major third, 5th, major 7, and 8. Gorgeous. Let's now pop up to chord number 2, D minor 7. This is where we're going to need to mix up our intervals a second. Let's think about formula a second here. If this is the first time you visited formula, I'm going to be doing a whiteboard session theory lesson about formula that we can use to help you understand how chords are built. But this is the kind of basis of it here. We're using quadrads. There's 4 notes I need from the particular scale. 4 intervals that are going to make this minor 7 chord. What intervals we need is a 1, a minor third, a 5th, a minor 7, back to my 8. Displayed over the guitar like that, my minor third's in the 2nd octave, so we're not using that in our arpeggio. It's important to point out. So I'm going 1, minor third, 5th, minor 7, 8. Lovely job. Same thing, exactly the same thing for chord 3. My minor 7 chord like that. F major 7, we're going to use the same arpeggio. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. For chord 1. Now this is where it's going to change up. We've used our major 7 and our minor 7. Now we're going for a dominant 7. Build up of a dominant 7 chord is as follows. It's going to be 1, 3, 5, and we're going to flatten that 7th. To flatten the 7, let's take our major 7, flatten it down, gives us that lovely dominant 7 sound. So our arpeggio is going to speak to us like this. And it's a 1, a 3, a 5, flat 7, and then find that 8. I'll do a close-up of these arpeggios in just a moment. Let's go for an open A minor 7 with our open arpeggio. It's the same notes, the 1, flat 3, 5, 7 as we've used previously. Now chord 7, this is the interesting one. Think of the name of the chord. This is where the name of the chord becomes an instruction. It's a minor 7, flat 5. We know our minor 7 arpeggio. But the other instruction in the name of that chord is the minor 7, flat 5. So we need to flatten the 5th degree. So we're going to find our 5th relative to our B and flatten it. Gives us an F. Because we don't want an F sharp in the key of C. It's not there. So that gives us a 1, a flat third, a flat 5, flat 7 or a minor 7, and our 8 there. Okay? 1, minor 3rd, flat 5th, minor 7, 8. And the result, we're back to 1 there. So what you get is a little bit of a journey there with the chords, and the name of the chord, like I've just said, and this is important, I use this a lot, becomes an instruction. And if you start to understand the basis of formula for chord building, all we do then is just look out for the name of the chord. We have to learn a few tricks, learn a few rules, just like with any kind of mathematical thing, and we apply that, and suddenly we can find and build any chord on the neck. And the arpeggios are what I'm saying is what's going to help us with that. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a close-up of those arpeggios. We're going to learn those, and we'll learn how to play them with the chords. Okay. C major 7 arpeggio, my 1, my major 3rd, my 5th, my major 7 and my 8. I'm going to give you fret numbers, then I'll give you fingering as well. So we've got fret 3, changing string, fret 2, fret 5, changing string, fret 4, and finishing on my 5 there to hit my C, and backwards. If we want to work in with the fingers, we're going 2, 1, 4, 3, 4. Okay, that's our major 7 shape. We're going to apply that to chords 1 and chord 4 on an F. D minor 7. Okay, so I'm grabbing my roots, my 1, minor 3rd, swinging my minor 3rd up with my 4th finger. 3rd finger's grabbing my 5th, 1st finger on the minor 7, 3rd finger there for the 8th. 1, 4, 3, 1, 3. Backwards. I'm going to give you the first 4 together because they're the same 2 shapes. Major 7 in C. First finger comes around for the minor. Minor 7 in E. And major 7 in F. Now we come up to our dominant 7 here with our 2nd finger on a G on fret 10. Now check this out. I'm going 1, 3, 5 as normal. And that flat 7 in there. 8 with my 4th finger. To create that dominant 7 shape. Alright, so you could use your minor 7 shape here. But we're going to go open instead. So A minor 7, open. I'm going to work around that 2nd finger there, so I'm going open. Fret 3 on my C there with finger 3. Fret 2 on string 3, on string 4 there, sorry. Open, 2. Let's move on to our B minor 7 flat 5, root minor 3rd, flat 5, flat that 5th, root minor 3rd, flat 5, flat 7, 8. Let's pop all those together. C major 7. Minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, and my D dominant 7, G dominant 7, open A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, brings you back to chord 1 there, okay? Alright, so we've had a good look at them, we can learn how to play them, we've learned a little bit of formula, but let's just really understand it's all about, I think with this, is being able to accompany our chords with a nice bit of lead, be that vocally, on a piano, a bass line, so bassists listen up as well, because if I'm playing a C major 7 chord, and you know your arpeggios, you know that you can chuck in that major 7. And that if I'm playing my major 7 and you're going to accidentally chuck in a flat 7, a B flat, it's going to clash quite spectacularly as well. So it's a good idea to be able to keep an eye on what's going on with the chords from your guitarist or your pianist. The same for vocalists as well, you want to be able to voice the notes around that. Most of us can do it by ear. If you can do that, you're lucky. But some people can't, and we want to be able to map it out, and I think this is a great way to do it. So, example, I'm going to accompany my chords. to me it just starts to become a little more interesting straight away. I can voice stuff around that, I can add bass lines, I can add melodies, but at the same time, and the main thing I want to get across today, is we're starting to find the chord, deconstruct it, or arpeggiate it. That's literally what it means. We take the chord apart, and therefore we can see the building of it, and we start to see the formulas: 1, 3, 5, add your sevens, flat 5, flat 7, major thirds, minor thirds, etc. And you start to think, ah, cool, that's how it's built, this is what I can work with, this is why this works, this is why this fits. And like I said, you start to have those, oh yeah, moments, which are fantastic on a guitar, or in any walk of life when you're learning things, making connections. Most important thing, enjoy this, learn to play this up the neck, accompany your chords with your arpeggios, have some fun with it, write some songs, write some lead, make some mistakes and then get it right. Subscribe, share, like, comment, tell me if you've learned nothing from this, tell me if you've learned everything from this. I will reply, and get playing, guys. Thank you very much. There's a PDF below for the tabs for the chords and the arpeggios. Go grab it. Thank you.